Hello, hello, I'm the official name reader. My job is to tell you that there's nothing on the spreadsheet. There's nothing on the spreadsheet for us to look at for Wailmer and Wailord. So, we'll have to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames that are actually existent, and then give my recommendations at the end. Wow, doing an intro differently was really strange. Okay, so, Blowhole, no. Mr. Blowhole, I know it's not at all inappropriate at all, but the name just makes me uncomfortable. Like, go, Mr. Blowhole! This is my friend, Mr. Blowhole! It just doesn't sound okay to me. And again, that's entirely a me problem. Titanic, we've talked about this before. I don't even remember who it was. Some other big lad, which obviously this one's bigger. Titanic's okay as a nickname. Titanic-O is not. Don't do that. Killer whale, we get it. Put killer whale, and yeah, but killer whales are a thing. So if killer whales didn't exist, then sure. I don't send out my Sharpedo named Hammerhead. You know why? Because it's not a hammerhead. Aquafresh I'm actually okay with. That's stupid, and that's basically it. Something about the idea of naming a Pokemon after a literal toothpaste brand is just silly to me, and I kind of like that, and I'm treating that in the same vein as you named a Pokemon Kit Kat, or after a fruit, well maybe, I don't know, Pidgey Strawberry. Something like that, where it's nonsensical, but endearing in that kind of way. Big Blue I'm okay with, mostly just because that also happens to be like a very, very well-known F-Zero thing, so I know that he's going for like Big Blue Whale and that, but like, I think it could work on both wavelengths. Like, just not just the words Big Blue automatically put that song in your head, and then just Blue Whale, that's, you know, naming your Meowth cat. Alright, so I wanted to make fun of this purely for the idea of, like, I hate unnecessary abbreviations. If you wanted to call it Tugboat, just goddamn call it Tugboat. You're not short on character limit. There's no reason for this. Stop being stupid. But in my escapade of just thinking, like, what else has tug in it? Because my first mind goes to Tug of War. Another thing that contains the word tug. So you can't just generalize some shit like this. It's just dumb. And then I was like, well, what else has the word tug in it? I don't know what the fuck a Tuggers is, but it sounds like Tigger's, like, rejected cousin, Captain Nemo. That's okay. You know what he didn't just call it? Nemo, because if he did, people wouldn't understand. They'd think Finding Nemo. It's important to include the full fucking thing if you can fit it, and don't just abbreviate it if you have plenty of goddamn room. But this is okay. I'm fine with it. No complaints. Just don't be that fucking idiot naming your thing Tug. And literally 2 seconds later, after talking about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, here's another reference to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's also okay. I want to know where he got this information from, what I'm assuming is just a very poor joke, because, like, for a second, I googled this just to see, because I was like, maybe Lil Wayne is crazy enough to literally tweet, my spirit animal is Wailord. Could you put it past the man? Not entirely. I didn't see anything about it. I just saw, like, Lil Wayne and then a picture of the hyena from Lion King, and I was like, oh, okay, so there's no evidence. I don't know where he got Lil Wayne from. Alright, so, I thought I remembered this right, and I did. Shamu is the little killer whale from SeaWorld. Why don't we have a killer whale Pokemon yet, Game Freak? Please explain this to me why, and then also explain to me why we have 8 goddamn electric rodents! 9. I don't understand how they keep missing these basic ideas while recycling the same ideas. Shamu's a cool nickname, and, like, I'd be fine with it. We just don't have a killer whale Pokemon, so this is as close as you're gonna get. So if you're fine with it, like, not at all resembling Shamu, sure, whatever. And then Neptune, Planet, God bullshit. And then Sperm Monster, that's just dumb. I just wanted to talk about that. Get it, sperm, haha, sperm whale. Fuck you. Moby Dick, this was basically the thing I was expecting, and I know one of the comments suggested it, except he put an exclamation point in there, which probably tells me that's because the Game Freak filters. I dislike the filters. But if you play on Pokemon Go, hold down the I key and then pick one with, like, a fancy thing. Like, you could use an accent over it, and then you can make it look a little less ridiculous. The rest of us have to settle with an exclamation point if we want it. I'll acknowledge this one. I don't play any of the Tales of games, but it also kind of started making me think of, like, other flying whales, and I feel like the main thing that comes to mind is like Zelda, the windfish. But like that doesn't have a name, that's just a windfish, which sucks. And I think there's like something similar to that Skyward Sword. There's some flying fish thingy in the little Thunderhead, whatever. It's been a while since we've had to say this. Big Mama will always be a bad nickname. I guess I'll acknowledge Zeppelin, just, I don't know, I feel like I need to for whatever reason. Zeppelins are blimps. Mine goes to Led Zeppelin if you wanted to, but I feel like there's better choices out there. Just highlighting it, do I care for it? No. Yeah, I sincerely doubt this, but I remember Prince Boo making a team in PBR called the Beach Boys. And I don't remember the full team, but I think it involved an Electrode that was meant to be the beach ball, and I think he had a Machamp that was meant to be like the hot guy that takes your girlfriend, and then like I don't remember the rest of the team. But that's what that nickname made me think of, and I was like, what if this guy was like doing the same thing? But I doubt it because it's such a weird idea. And that's why I like weird ideas better than the rest of the competitive scene, which is literally just plagiarizing other people's teams and doing the same popular shit over and over again. It's boring, I hate playing against you. Do something different. Yeah, I'm surprised it took this long to see this one, honestly, but it kind of shares the same thing with Shamu, where it's not quite a killer whale, it's not a killer whale. This is as close as you're going to get, unless Game Freak realizes, hey, there's maybe more ideas in the world out there that we haven't used. Let's put on our big brain thinking caps. Alright, so we've reached the bottom, and I kind of want to close with just an opinion real quick. I think that it is very important that they correctly portray Pokemon. So I want to complain and be that guy and just say, I think it's really fucking stupid that in the new games, Wailord is smaller than your trainer despite being a 47-foot Pokemon. How do you fuck this up? I can understand the 3DS has hardware limitations, but on the Switch it's unforgivable and it just makes your Pokemon look stupid and makes you look lazy as a result. Okay, that aside, because Wailord is the biggest fucking thing and should be displayed as such, the personal recommendations, honestly, the 2000 Leagues Under the Sea ones were, I think I like them a little bit more, just because I feel like Moby Dick was the thing I was expecting, and I feel like 2000 is, I'm gonna say, less common. Like, I see it every now and again, but it's definitely not nearly as popular as some of the other things, so when I see it, it doesn't feel as beaten to death or annoying or anything like that, so I'm okay with those. And then, like, Shamu and Free Willy, you know, those would be cool names if maybe in 30 fucking years they ever decide to make a killer whale Pokemon, which they should have done 20 years ago. And then going back to the comment, I don't know, maybe I should talk about it all at once when I bring up the comment, so I just go on it while the subject's there. But other ones were Lord Jaboon, which is the Wind Waker counterpart, Blimp. Blimp I don't really care for, but we talked about Zeppelin. Zeppelin's just a fancier way of saying Blimp if you want to take that route. Lord Jabu and Jaboon I'm okay with, and those are Pokemon those are names that I feel like I would be totally down to use if I feel there was a Pokemon that fit it. In my opinion, they don't physically resemble it, so that's why I've never done it. Like, I thought about it and I was like, well, maybe Wishy-Washy, if it weren't for the fact that it's a collection of fish, might be a better idea, but I don't know. Those are cool names and I like them. For me, I'd rather wait until I can see something that I can say, yes, this one's perfect. Another idea, because it's weird that I literally just had this thought. Clanker from Banjo-Kazooie is just a metal Jabu. Think about that for a second. Otherwise, any and all ideas and suggestions you have for Wailord and Wailmer, put in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones that you think are good. And yeah, let's keep it up.